What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another edition of the Unscripted Sports Show. Mike Ian here, back on the Thursday night um, for the for the college football 12-team playoff first round picks and best bets. The playoffs start tomorrow. Can't wait. Alabama and Oklahoma rematch. Oklahoma beat them about probably a month ago, 24-23, I believe the score was in in Alabama. This time it's in Norman. It should be a great game. I'm glad this is the first game of the playoffs. I think this might be the best one of the four, but we'll get to that. Thursday night. Can't wait for the playoffs to start tomorrow night. And last night I a uh, um did the part two of the bowl picks for tonight. There's one game tonight and two games tomorrow. So yeah, no, I did the picks for tonight, Thursday, and then Friday. The two picks tomorrow. So, and part three will be tomorrow. I'll do a show tomorrow, Friday, for part three for week for next week, or parts of next week, maybe even all next week. I don't know yet. And so yeah, that will be part three. And then last night I also did an NFL show with my brother Chris and Cliniff. We previewed and picked eight games from week 16. So yeah, so we did an NFL show last night. Check that out. There's no wrestling show or cartoon show this week. No wrestling show tomorrow night, and no cartoon show on Saturday. Holiday break, but I don't take a holiday break for sports. So I'm right here because there's too much going on with especially football, college playoffs, and the college bowl game. So that said, let's get this started. I should have showed the screen first, but here we are. Oh wow, finally went back to that. Let me see. Close. Nope. I forget which one. Is it this one? No. I forget which one. Hold on. So let's get this started. Oklahoma, Alabama rematch. Oklahoma, Alabama. Ranking. Team rankings: 58th in offense, 12th in defense, 7th in 36 to run. Pretty damn good. 117th in rushing. They're awful in running the ball. 22nd in passing. So Ty Simpson, the keys to the game. Ty Simpson's gonna have to throw the ball against this elite defense in Oklahoma. If they want to win, they want to get this payback game. But this in Norman, so that crowd is gonna be electric. It's gonna be electric in Norman, Oklahoma. When I say I can't wait for this game, I cannot wait for this game. Especially as an SEC fan. Um, uh, I can't wait. I'm hoping Alabama will just. I don't think they will. Welcome. My pick. I don't show. I don't know why it's not showing. Hmm. It's weird. Really weird that's not showing right now. And so, so this again. I don't know why I'm. No. Yeah, so I've Alabama winning here, 24-21 in a close, tight game. Um, yeah. Oklahoma is 90th in offense, 9th in defense, top 10 in defense. First against the pass, fifth against the run. So they can stop Alabama because Alabama's awful against the run. So it's going to be interesting. 106 against in running, so they can't run themselves. And 62nd against in passing. So that's why the over under is 40.5. Yeah. So it should be a good game. Again, I have Alabama winning 24-21. Next game, what was it? I'm here. It's Miami playing that Nerd game. I am looking forward to it. I'm gonna miss. Another game we're looking forward to is Texas A&M and Texas A&M and Miami. I'm picking Texas A&M to win 27-20 here. Let's look at the stats for A&M. 19th in defense, 20th in offense, so top 20 in both. 33rd in passing, 21st against the pass, 25th in rushing, and 38th in against the run. So pretty good stats for Texas A&M. I think they've been the top three best team all season, and then we ranked number seven. With one loss, and they shouldn't be behind Ole Miss or Oregon, but hey, whatever. For the U, for those U, 11th in defense, so top 10 defense playing each other, and 28th in offense, 18th in passing, 78th in rushing, 7th against the rush, and 30th against the pass. This is going to be a defensive battle, hard-nosed defensive battle. And the ironic part is these two teams are the only two losses in Notre Dame's resume this year. Notre Dame lost to these two teams, so this is the Notre Dame Bowl. Notre Dame lost to both teams, and that's why they're out of the playoffs. That's why they're not in the playoffs. So it should be a tremendous game. It's a battle. But I have it 27-20. Next game. Yes. You see it right. I have Tulane winning 31-28 in the upset. I think there's going to be an upset this weekend. Let's get the stats. Tulane, 39th in offense, 57th in defense, 123rd against the pass, 30th against the run, 56th in rushing, 56th in passing. And I'm picking Tulane because they have their coach, who is leaving too, but he's still coaching, and he's leaving for Florida, my Gators. So, and Ole Miss, Lane Kiffin left for LSU, and he's not coaching in this game because they just won. That is a rivalry team. So Ole Miss probably wouldn't let him, and two, LSU probably didn't want to let him. So even though he said he wanted to, um, yeah, I know Ole Miss beat them earlier in the season. This is another rematch. They beat them pretty good, but with all that considered, with new coaching staff, entirely different coaching staff for Ole Miss, entirely different coaching staff. They had what 3 weeks to prepare for this. That's not nearly enough time for a new coaching staff to get ready, especially with a head coach who's never coached a game before, especially on the college level. Um, in Tulane, they still have their coaching staff. They still have their players. As far as I know, um, he's coaching. So let me double check that. Yeah, as far as yeah, he's still the head coach. Yeah, so John Summerall will coach Tulane in the playoffs, unlike Lane Kiffin. So yeah, this is another reason why I like Tulane for the upset, the big upset. Yeah, I know people are gonna roll their eyes and think I'm crazy, but I do like Tulane in this game. And let's look at Ole Miss stats. So and I gave my reasons. I think entirely different coaching staff is going to be harder than the players, and who knows who transferred. I mean, I don't think a lot of players transferred to LSU as of right now, but um, how many players are going to opt? How many players I don't think anything about that. Let's see. Let me check this again. Ole Miss. Ole Miss, as several players enter the portal, you, leading to key players like Austin injury and onside departure. So these are the departures. These are the players that are transferred leaving. There wasn't much of an impact, but so for Ole Miss, third in offense, 32nd in defense, 20th against the pass, 59th against the run, 30th against the rush, and 30th in rushing, and third in passing. Top three in passing, top three in offense. I know I'm crazy to think that Ole Miss is going to lose, and they're at home. Yeah, I get it. But entirely different coaching staff. It's going to make it. I think it's going to have an impact. It's going to cover. The next game.
Bang.
The last game in the
I ain't taking nothing but
last game here for the playoffs, for the first round playoff game, is James Madison and Oregon in Eugene. RC Stadium is going to be rocking, going to be loud. Can't wait for this game. I know a lot of people are down on JMU being in the playoff in Tulane, blah blah blah, but I'm excited for this game. I'm excited for all the games. So JMU, Oregon comes in 14th in offense, 4th in defense, 3rd against the pass, 5th in rushing. So they're top 20 in both rushing and passing. And then 14th in rushing, 48th in passing, 14th in offense. So Oregon's a really good team. I think they shouldn't be ahead of A&M in my opinion, but Oregon's a good team. Next, JMU. JMU, second in defense, 12th in passing, second against the rush, fifth in rushing, 93rd in passing, 22nd in offense. So the key for JMU to win this game is to run the ball, kill the clock, control the tempo of the game, and create turnovers. Create turnovers and win the turnover battle. Control the clock, keep Oregon's offense off the field, and they have a slight chance to win. But yeah, and the keys for the game for Alabama and Oklahoma. Alabama needs to control the clock too. Keys for all these games probably control the clock and win the turnover battle. And for even Tulane, win the turnover battle, control the clock, score first, and then put Ole Miss on the edge. Let them have to come back with this entirely different coaching staff. Tulane scores first, they have a good chance of winning. JMU scores first, maybe not so much. I just think it's gonna be rocking. So it's Ole Miss. Would I be surprised Ole Miss wins by 21? No. But if I have to pick an upset this weekend, It's Tulane. So now my best bet. I'm gonna bet my best bets. Now to my best bets. I'm gonna have one from each game because it's playoffs. So I'm gonna have one from each game. First best bet will be the over 40.5 in the Alabama and Oklahoma game. I like the over here. I picked 24-21, so obviously that's over. And it's minus 105 on FanDuel. So that's the best bet I like for that game. I also like Alabama spread. What is spread? I like Alabama money line. So that's what I like. And that's best bet. Number two, under 48.5 in the Texas A&M and Miami game. Both teams are play defense. There's going to be defensive hard nosed football. Bad fight at the line of scrimmage. Another bet I like is probably spread, whatever that is. A&M spread. 3.5. So, yeah, I don't know if I like that. I lean towards minus 3.5 because I think obviously I like Miami. I like A&M 27-20. So yeah, I like them cover. Next game, that's the third bet would be in the Tulane Ole Miss game. I like Tulane plus 17.5, minus 118 on FanDuel. That's juiced up. I think a lot of people are seeing the same thing, which tells me Ole Miss is probably going to blow them out. So, and JMU game is probably going to be the closest. But another bet I like in that game is probably the over 56.5, minus 112 on FanDuel. It's another bet I like. Not best bet, but another bet I lean towards. Nice. Last money bet. Best bet is the over 47.5, minus 110 on FanDuel in the JMU Oregon game. I think Oregon's going to score 40 plus points. I know JMU's defense is good, but this is different beast. So, and another bet I probably like is lean towards is JMU plus 21.5 at minus 122, which tells me that's juice too. So maybe I'm overthinking that, but all the second best I name are lean. So 4 best bets and then 4 leans. So the second bet I had in each name was a lean, so not best bet. But I'm looking forward, as I said, I'm looking forward to this tremendous weekend of football. You have the FBS playoffs, you have the FCS playoffs, in the Final Four, Illinois versus Illinois State, and Montana Bowl, Montana versus Montana State. I like Montana versus Montana State, and I like Villanova over Illinois State, and Villanova versus Montana, and then in the FCS national championship. Again, there's no wrestling show this week, no cartoon show. I'll be back tomorrow for part 3 of bowl games. I'll be predicting for next week. I haven't decided if I'm going to do all the games for next week or split into 2 and do some on Saturday, and then I might just split it into do half tomorrow, half on Saturday. So part 3 tomorrow, and then part 4 comes out on Monday. So that said, I'm gonna Money E. Out later, guys.